Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. A pleasant good morning to all ladies and gentlemen out there. This is your boy Louis on the Louis Sports Network. I'm back once again with another heavy hitter banger with yet another video. Before I get started with this video, make sure you guys smash the like button. Make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are turned on. Make sure you guys are sharing the content, and make sure you guys comment down below. I truly appreciate everybody. Hope everybody is staying safe during this very difficult time. Haven't been able to have to stay indoors and not been able to go out the house. Just try to do your very best and just plan on how you're going to keep on busy. I'm going to give actually some tips at the end of this video, but I truly appreciate you guys. On to the video. So this video is talking about Michael Jordan. It is talking about a report that came out on Bleacher Report, basically saying that ESPN is pushing this video of the 10-part documentary of The Last Dance, which commemorates the 1998 season, 97-98. With the Chicago Bulls, where the Bulls won their 6th NBA title, and Jordan not only won his 6th title, but his 6th Finals MVP. The video originally was supposed to come out in June of 2020. From what I'm hearing, I believe it was supposed to be June 4th, but instead, it's coming out on April 19th. So ESPN decided to push the documentary up a couple of months earlier, and they're pushing it for April 19th. My thoughts on that. Well, one, you could consider it a very good business move because during quarantine time, people are going to want to tune and watch because there hasn't been anything to watch, and the NBA has they're putting a lot of classic games that have happened already in the past. Here's my issue with this. Did you guys remember the video that I put out of LeBron and Richard Jefferson, where I told you that the media was pushing LeBron to win his 5th NBA MVP award, and that LeBron has media plants, he has media seeds inside in the mainstream liberal sports media? Well, on the Road Tripping podcast, Richard Jefferson and LeBron James were talking about if that they were Michael Jordan. They said that the production of the documentary was already done, and because of quarantine, they need to push it up. They need to push it up much easier. But notice how I did that video 3 days ago, right? And remember what Richard Jefferson said. He was about to curse. Well, he ended up cursing anyway, but he said he didn't want to get fired for it. And LeBron comes back and says, "Oh no, Richard, they can't fire you because the ESPN can't fire you because you're my friend." I said to myself, why are they pushing the documentary to be up so quick? And then 3 days later, all of a sudden, now ESPN all of a sudden now wants to put the documentary up April 19th. And notice that LeBron talked about that 3 days ago. Him and Richard Jefferson talked about that 3 days ago. And just about 4 days later, the documentary is being pushed up to April 19th. The question you have to ask yourself is, what is this really about? I'm going to say this again. This is about LeBron being the most talked about image at the end of everything if the NBA season were to resume. I've been saying it for quite a while now. Ever since this pandemic, ever since the death of Kobe, this is about LeBron. It's not about Kobe, it's not about the pandemic, it's not about Jordan, it's about LeBron. Colin Cowherd exposed that in the video that I made a couple of days ago. LeBron James wants to be the most talked about person at the end of all this. And Colin Cowherd said that we're not going to be talking about these things. We're not going to be talking about the death of Kobe. We're not going to be talking about the pandemic. We're not going to be talking about Jordan. It's about LeBron winning a 4th title, winning a 3rd Finals MVP, the media pushing him to be an MVP for a 5th time in his career. Will have the same amount of MVPs as Jordan. He would have won an MVP at age 35. But remember, Michael Jordan didn't do it in his 17th season. LeBron James did. That's what's going to be so special about it. And he's going to win a 4th title and a 3rd NBA championship with a 3rd different team. He would have done it in both conferences. And he would have done it in his 17th season. And the media is going to blow it out of proportion. And they're going to say, wow, he's so much better than Michael Jordan. I'm going to say this again, LeBron James. You slipped up when you exposed yourself telling you that ESPN can't fire Richard Jefferson because he's your friend. How convenient that you wanted this documentary to be pushed up because Richard Jefferson exposed, saying that it was already done. Once again, narcissism at its highest, believed that he could pull a business move. Dude, Louis Sports Network 2 steps ahead of the game on this one. I told you, this is the reason why I threw out the video. This ain't about hate, but if you honestly think that there is no seeds in the media, man, you're sadly mistaken. I just explained it right now in this video. I explained it 3 days ago when Skip talked, when Colin Cowherd talked, and when both Richard and LeBron were talking about why they needed to push this documentary up during the quarantine time. LeBron wants to be the most talked about. It's so you can forget about the death of Kobe. It's so you can forget about the pandemic. It's for you to forget about MJ. The most talked about person in 2020 should start and it should end with LeBron James. Anthony Davis is not going to get credit because the media has been talking to you about how Anthony Davis is going to be the deciding X factor if the Lakers win a title or not. And even if he's the deciding X factor and the Lakers win, he won't even get credit. He'll be discredited and it'll be just about LeBron. And remember, Anthony Davis is a beta. He's a beta. He has an alpha type game, but he has a beta mindset. And this is why that the NBA and especially the media are really pushing for the season to continue. It's about money. This is all about money. This isn't about the sanitation workers. This isn't about the nurses. This isn't about the doctors, the lawyers, the firefighters, the police, the police force. It's not about those people that work normal jobs or work city employee jobs, all the city employees. It's not about those guys. It's not about the teachers. It's not about the educators. And look at it this way too. I know people want to say that why should we feel bad for millionaires? We should feel bad for millionaires. Yeah, in one sense I agree because they make a lot of money. They make way more money than the common man and their job is to play. Some of these guys don't even have businesses on the side, but they're making their money off of contracts. They make money pretty much off of what the employees in the arenas help them make. Through ticket sales, through concession stands, through merchandise. But they also do have families at the end of the day as well. And you're putting them at a huge risk to do this. Now, me personally, like I said, I'm a huge basketball fan and I would love for basketball to continue. But this is the human side of Louis talking. The health is more important. So I wonder if somebody were to get sick again, then what was to happen? Then what's going to happen is then the media is going to come out and they say how they feel so bad. The media doesn't feel bad. If you're trying to push a DVD, you're trying to push a 10-part documentary a couple of months earlier due to quarantine and forcing these guys to play because they're considering to play the games in Vegas. And look, the NBA has already said that they want to get the NBA finals in. They want to start the NBA finals by Labor Day. We're not even at April and they want the NBA finals to start at Labor Day. And they're already considering the different playoff formats. So it kind of skipped the regular season. But LeBron James, you ain't fooling me, bro. There's a reason why you're trying to push all this. It's so you could be the most talked about when this is all over. Because trust me, guys, if you think LeBron really cared, do you think he would be caring about ESPN pushing this documentary up all the way to April, on April 19th? How fitting that LeBron talked about that 3 days ago, and ESPN all of a sudden decided to push it up. Just look at Vince McMahon and the WWE. They have a partnership with ESPN now where they're showing classic WrestleMania matches on ESPN. It's the same thing with why Vince is having a 2-day WrestleMania event Saturday and Sunday. Does that mean the Hall of Fame ceremony get pushed back to Friday? I'm just saying, man. Let that marinate in the corpus callosum. I'm telling you, man, in the cerebellum. Shout out to He Knows the Sport for that reference. There's different levels to this, and I'm telling you, the reason that LeBron is doing this is for him to be the lasting image of what the media wants to talk about, to say that he's better than Michael Jordan. LeBron tries to find, and the media always try to find ways to find a new twist in their plot. It's getting redundant because true basketball heads can see right through the BS. They can see right through the BS. If he didn't care about this, he would not be pushing this narrative, and this is why LeBron gets the hate that he does. I can't feel sorry for a guy who is a manipulator, who is manipulating the media and manipulating his own fan base. I can't feel bad for a guy like that. I can't. You can't be the most scrutinized athlete if you're manipulating the mainstream media. People going, but Kobe Bryant, he played for Nike and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, he may have, but did you see him trying to manipulate like LeBron James is doing? Oh, Michael Jordan played with Nike. Yeah, but he helped put Nike on the map. He helped put Nike on the map. So I don't want to hear this crap about you're trying to be deflecting, and then all of a sudden trying to make this now a Kobe and Jordan issue. Kobe was hated by the media, so I don't want to hear that crap. He did not kiss the media's ass. They didn't really give a damn about him. They were so happy and glad to see Kobe retire. And Kevin Durant called those people out in the media, and that's when Kobe started to get that fake love that the media was even giving to him after he passed away. I don't want to hear it. They monetized off this man's death. I don't want to hear the garbage. I can already tell that this is the La Plan. This is the La Plan by LeBron. I don't want to hear it, the fanboys. I don't want to hear it. You can come crying to me all you want about how this isn't fair. Y'all just mad that y'all want LeBron. If we mention LeBron, y'all get upset. Well, if we say LeBron's not the GOAT, y'all get more upset. So what's the difference? Really? Come on, man. This is why I keep telling y'all that every time y'all try to come at me, I'm coming at you with counters. I got counters for days. So we can go back and forth and debate all you want. Honestly, we could go back and forth all you want. Still ain't going to change the fact of where I stand on this. I told you. I don't feel bad for a guy who says that he's the greatest of all time on his own TV show in front of his friends. And you notice that about LeBron too? He only appears on podcasts or anything of that nature if it involves his friends. If it involves different people, he's not going to do it. He's really not going to do it like that. He's done it before, don't get me wrong, but it's like you really can tell more so now today that he really doesn't do it. And I already know what the fanboys are going to say. Oh, why does he have to do it? Why does that matter to you? Kobe was criticized and hated by ESPN so much, and that dude showed up anytime he always made the time. It let you know Kobe wanted that smoke. But let's be honest, would Nick Wright would be pissing in his pants if Kobe would ever show up on TV right in front. Shannon Sharp claims to be cool with Kobe, and he was a Kobe guy. But do you honestly think that these guys would be talking all that garbage if Kobe Bryant was to sit right in front of them? Even Michael Jordan. They wouldn't be talking that garbage. Trust me, they'd be scared. They wouldn't want to try to ruffle any feathers. And they know. They know what those guys are about. So, I don't want to hear it. They don't want that smoke, and they know it. And trust me, as long as LeBron don't show up on these networks, they're going to continue to talk about him, which makes LeBron that much of a genius. And I do agree with one of myself on this aspect. ESPN and all these networks, they owe LeBron their life with how much they talk about him. But I cannot feel bad for a guy that's supposed to be the most scrutinized athlete to have the media talk about him every single day, whether he plans to or not. If LeBron really didn't care, he could have put an end to this if he really didn't care about the media. I'm telling you, LeBron craves the attention. LeBron loves the attention. It's a reason where he be posting all the time, whether it's his workouts, if it's his family, all that kind of stuff. I don't criticize LeBron off the court, man. It's on the court. I've always said that, and it's going to stay that way. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Louis with another one, giving you that heat, giving you that ether on the truth as to why they're pushing this documentary up to April 19th instead of having it come out June 4th. So you already heard it. If you want that smoke, Put it in the comments, as you already know. I know this had to be a little bit longer, but I just had to come in, man, with that. So, as always, this is your boy Lewis with another one. Bless up, one love, live, laugh, love. Thank y'all for watching.